A very good morning to you from London Stansted Airport. Parking stand 65 left, sitting outside here, the Boeing 737 MAX 8200 and the Ryanair colours Echo India Hotel Alpha Yankee. So this is courtesy of iFly, the iFly development team, the newly released Service Pack 1, which does come with the MAX 8200, and I've resisted flying the normal MAX 8 with just the painted doors on, just so that yeah, we can fly it for real here in the Ryanair colours with all the Ryanair cabins and all that stuff, which is really nice because you know, yeah, it's really nice to finally have this in the sim. So 65 right here at Stansted, just about to embark on service Ryanair 1468 to Marseille Provence, and call sign would be Ryanair 908 Quebec X-ray. Departure time is actually the first Ryanair flight of the day out of Stansted, 5:55 local time. So let's get into the flight deck and get ready for departure. So welcome to the brand new flight deck here, the MAX 8200, pretty much all the same from the normal MAX 8, just they refreshed some stuff. I think the fonts, the colours changed, maybe not the colours, but the fonts definitely changed it. Like the stuff here looks a little different. And yeah, overall looking very nice. The Ryanair checklist over there and all the good stuff, yeah. So let's get into our seat and take a look at the operational flight plan here. So a nice little feature here, can bring the tablet here, which makes things very convenient. So today it's going to be Ryanair 1468, call sign Ryanair 98 Quebec X-ray, Stansted to Marseille Provence. The cost index 6 credits and 630, and the wind component 17 knots of tail, which is nice. ISO deviation +2, and it's going to be double 370 cruising today. Flight time expected to be now 37 minutes, and the alternate is Garonne, which is the nominated alternate according to Ryanair Virtual. Yeah, secondary one being Montpellier, which is yeah, really close by. Lots of areas, lots of airports down the southern coast of France. Nice, Côte d'Azur is nearby as well. And yep, so that's the contingency fuel, everything there, giving us a block fuel of 6.3 tons and volume reserves 2.4. The tanks we currently have 6.5. Yeah, I do wish they had a click spot there to make bringing the tablet here easily. 6.5 tanks, we currently do have it. Yeah, because I can't click anywhere here to bring the tablet here, which is a little non-intuitive, but yeah, that's fine. Right, so routing, this is the routing from Simbrief. Unfortunately, recently, well, maybe not too recently, but Eurocontrol's not available on radar box anymore, so you can't really see the pre-filed routing. So this seems to be a realistic one from what I could see. Nakba Roman departure, Stansted runway 22, and going off to. Actually, I just realised we planned a wrong departure because we planned a wrong runway here, so let's go ahead and change that. Yeah, it should be Nakba Ron 1. 1 Romeo, of course. Execute. And it should mean the charts we do need to repin some of these guys. So we don't want the 101 to 1 Romeo, of course. There you go, 1 Romeo departure. And we'll keep the first turn, so 8.0 Barkway we're going to put in as the 220 restriction there. So second waypoint, 220 below. Upspeed today is going to be quite nice. It's 213. Yep, approach Sevier 40 plus 70, that's 213. Yeah, so all nice and good. Which means the course to Barkway inbound now, it's 169. Let's put 169 there. The rest doesn't actually change yet. 169. MSA is still 3000. Yeah, we'll brief all of that stuff, good stuff later on. But performance, we do need to change this, of course, to runway 22 and calculate latest weather. Okay, so these have changed a little. 394049, temperature 58. Oh, of course, we just take off 2. Yeah, great. Take off 2, please. Yeah, there you go. 46, 4448, and 46 degrees in selected temperature, which is what we do have planned. The difference in the end one is purely because of the AP not being on now. Yeah. So let's continue on here. Apologies for the interruption earlier. So yeah, taking a while to get used to the tablets. So it's routing today, Stansted departure, Nugbo 1 runway departure, and then the routing, and then to the Lega. Arrival into Marseille, Provence 13 left with the ILS approach. Yeah. Depends on winds. If they do change to 3-1 to favour 3-1, which would be nice because it's a 4-degree nice RP approach, yeah, to runway 3-1 right, and that takes us pretty close over downtown Marseille. Yeah, then we'll fly that. But winds currently, I'm expected to be favouring runway 13. So estimated off block is, or the scheduled off block is time 55, which is in about, which is in 11 minutes. Let's try to get an on-time departure, and to block in 2 hours later, 8:55 local in Marseille. Max value to Allegra, so it's very, very nice, calm morning today. Critical more 7,100 feet at Latam. That's on descent, I believe, into. Yeah, where's Latam? There you go, Latam and Allegra 1 Romeo. So let's take up the weather. So no segments, Stansted, no clouds, 2805 knots, breathe for day today, 10 degrees. And Marseille Provence 1305 knots, Cavalcade 50 degrees, temporary 2000 mist. Probably won't by the time we arrive because the morning fog would have lifted. Forecast variable 2 knots and becoming from 11 to 13, 17012. So I'm kind of expecting runway 13 conditions here, but we'll see. We'll see what the guys on Flight Radar 24 come in via, and then we'll just follow. Yeah, any flights landing previously, there are like 2 flights that scheduled to land before us in the state of Marseille. So no terms, I've actually reviewed everything. There's pretty much nothing at all, yeah, to pay attention to. It's all, you know, the Marseille no terms are honestly a bit verbose, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's really long, but it's not very relevant. The Stansted one, look at that. The Stansted one, by comparison, literally it's only just this thing, yeah, which is awesome. So weather en route, as you can see, good weather. Bit of a jet stream over here, which explains, I guess, why we have a bit of tailwind. And the weather's all out of, yeah, it doesn't matter to us, yeah, so very good. So let's go back to our chart. So currently parking stand, we are stand 65 right, and we will be pushing back to phase, well, we want to be pushing back from here to Juliet. Taxiing out Charlie Hotel 001 holding point runway 22. Very short taxi today. We'll have briefed the crew on this. But yeah, so it's going to be something like so. A little sharp turn of the angle here to Juliet, which will be something like that. It's not quite sent. Let's see whether we can get it nicely sent. Yeah, something like that probably. Okay, will do quite nicely. So push back 6-5 right, nose right tail left, and then Juliet Charlie tail 001 holding point runway 22 full length departure, 3049 meters available for the takeoff run over here. And it's going to be the Nugbo 1 runway departure of runway 22 straight out to 3.1 yes X-ray, which is the this localizer DME for runway 22 1105, which has been the course has been set 222, runway heading 222, frequency 1105, 11625. That's the Barkway VOR, which is over here, which I'm going to be using as a reference, and course 169 inbound course to Barkway. So 3.1, which is radio 156, right turn, intercept 169 Barkway. So run SOP, I think is first turn below 220 knots or something like that, not too sure, and then yeah, we do this continue. and then Barkway to Nambo. So I'm going to change now therefore the stop altitude, which is 4,000 feet. We're likely going to give ourselves further climb if everything's good in a shortcut, which will give us a nice view of London, yeah, which is just over there. And MSA is basically 2,100 feet in this coordinate, which is 3,000 feet within 25 miles of the airport reference point, which has been put in the interfix page. So below 80 knots reject for any master caution, above 80 knots reject for any abnormality. Correction, below 80 knots reject for any master cautions or abnormalities, above 80 go minded, reject only for engine 5, fire warning, aircraft safe, unable to fly, or predicted wind shear warning. I will call stop. I'll disconnect the auto throttle, close the throttles, apply maximum reverse, manually raise the speed brake lever and apply maximum braking. You'll verify auto throttle is disconnected, throttles retarded, max reverse applied, speed brake levers up, max manual braking or operation of RTO auto brake. You call 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots, I'll stop the aircraft on the runway, set a parking brake, I'll cover flap 40, you select flap 40 and you inform air traffic control of our reject. We stop on the runway, identify the problem, run the checklist and take it from there. If we have an engine failure heading, select straight out 222, 3,000 feet to 25 miles and hold. Immediate return, we are currently takeoff gross weight is 68 tons, which is below the max landing weight for this aircraft is 69.3, so no issues there coming in to land. Yeah, and immediate return will be ILS-2 to minimums 348. Well, it's a very clear day today, so absolutely, yeah, no trouble there. But yeah, correction 548, not 348. Yeah, ILS-22 course is set, frequency has been selected there already. Departure today, it's going to be NADP 2 departure, standard stuff, so let's change this to 1,000 here, 1,000 and 1,000, and E acceleration can stay at 1,500 there. So pushback, taxi out, set use, sit, immediate return, engine failure head and restricted takeoff have been discussed. We are pretty much ready to go. So let's get the APU started, put the time for 3 minutes. And get the fuel pumps. Any center fuel required today? I mean, not required in the tanks. No center fuel, so center fuel stays off. Let's get the door closed and the cabin. Yeah, we'll prepare for departure once we disconnect the doors and stuff. Get our seats in position, armrests down. Go to the doors page. Close that, retract the air stairs, close out the doors, and ground services, go, go, go. GPU is still connected, park brake set chocks are connected still, yep, that's fine, we'll just let the APU spool up. Alright, in the meantime we can go ahead and do the safety inspection checklist. So, safety inspection checklists. Surface and chocks checked, maintenance status checked, battery on, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever is down. Safe inspection checklist is complete. Alright, so once we do the PA, then we can do the B-form start checklist. So let's go ahead and do it now. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Welcome aboard Ryanair Flight 1468 service from London Stansted to Marseille Provence. Flight time today is now 45 minutes, cruising at 37,000 feet, departing London for the south, and then we're skirting around the west instead of London for tracking down south across the Channel, across France, and then into descent into Marseille. Currently weather conditions are favouring a southerly direction for arrival, so yeah, we do expect to be like that. But the route today, it's very pleasant morning today for flying, basically calm conditions all the way. Do advise you to keep your seatbelt fastened and seated for your own safety. Thank you very much for your attention. We should be ready to go very shortly, and we wish you a pleasant flight. Right, that's done. So 2 minutes, and take the bleed on, yeah, it's no what, it's fine. So AP bleed on, packs auto, because we do need that for the checklist. And fine. Let's do bus transfer. And all looking good. So that can go, and these guys can go as well. Alright. So let's go ahead and connect the tug, and we can do before start checklist.
Cockpit to ground.
Down to the line. Before start checklist down to the line, iris remote selectors, nav, gear pins 1, 2, 3 removed, prop covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removed, flight test checked, oxygen test 100%, yaw damper is on. Navigation chart display switches, normal auto, fuel 6.3 required, 615 for the tanks, 615 on board, and 4 pumps on. Cabin util, IV galley power switches on, emitters exit lights on, fasten belts on, window heat on, air compress, packs auto bleeds on set. Pressurization mode selector auto. Instruments 106, 106, QNH 1021. Once, twice, 3 times, indicating 350. Cross checked. Auto brake, RTO, hydraulics.
All doors and hatches closed and the ground equipment is removed.
Speed brake down to 10, parking brake set, step cut up switches normal, mobile fire warning checked, radars, radio transponder set, and standby rudder aileron trim. 3 and 0, takeoff briefing discussed, PA complete, FMCC set, and 1 eyes bugs auto set, step trim 6 point. Should be 6.4 units set. Performance window button, side and send, EFB airplane mode, stowed, mobile phones, airplane mode, flight documents, cockpit door, locked doors, closed passenger seated, and before start check is completed down to the line. Yeah, so there's a little annoying thing here today.
Parking brakes
Not
are
too
set.
sure
You may
why.
lift.
They must have changed something, but the
Parking
pushback
brake
guy
set
here
within
can't
the aircraft.
detect the status of the parking brake here, which is quite interesting, so I've got to
Standing
manually
by,
do
pushback.
some stuff here. But alright, so tug's connected, we are ready to go for push. Area behind Juliet is all clear, so we are ready to go. Push on Juliet then, yeah. A couple of aircraft on here, quite nice to see on Ransom. So let's go ahead and start to push.
Cockpit to ground.
So
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Before start checklist below the line. Icon packs
Okay,
off, anti-collision
please
light
push
on,
start.
parking brakes set,
Please
swatter
release
alt
parking
off. Before start checklist complete.
Parking brakes are released.
Brakes brakes.
Commencing pushback. You can start the
Starts
engine
traffic,
sequence.
Ryanair 1, correction, 98.
Yeah, we'll
Quebec
start in the
X-ray,
sequence.
pushback 65 hour right to phase south on taxiway Juliet. Starts traffic. So upload time 55. Okay, we will, well, we'll call that. Yeah, it's still sort of on the minute, yeah. 30 seconds late, it's not too bad.
Did you say you were gonna push back?
We are pushing back onto Juliet to phase south, Ryanair 14, correction, 98, Quebec X-ray.
Confirm you're in Heathrow Airport?
Ooh, what's this? Negative, we had Stansted, London Stansted. Okay, what's this terrible, yeah, this is quite alarming. Okay, but yeah. So the guy thought it was at Heathrow, but it's fine. So let's say clear to start engines now, clear of the apron area, so packs off and start number 2. N2. Motoring. N1. So one thing they haven't changed is the engine stuff, yeah. I think it's identical to previously, which is, well, I think it's unrealistic because you'll see later when we spool up the engines from 20 to 40%, there's actually no increase in EGT, yeah. So all pressure. Fuel flow, EGT, and nice
Okay,
new
pushback
startup
completed.
sounds that they have
Please set your
implemented.
parking brake.
Yes, they've got to do this and do this, which is
Ground.
quite
You may
annoying.
disconnect.
Yeah. But, well, it is what it is,
sir,
I
clear to
guess.
disconnect.
So... the voice recorder is tripped to auto already, not not too sure what at what N2 percentage it trips on the NG. It's 50%, but well, looks like it's different here. So 63% start switch moves, and then shortly after start a cutout, monitor 2. So hand signal left hand side. See you next time. Bye bye. Thank you very much for the push. Right, 2 stables, start number 1. And 2. And 1, motoring. So yeah, definitely on the MAX compared to the NG. The NG you'd be started by now and ready for taxi at 45 seconds each engine, very reliable. This one here takes longer. Yeah, which is fine, I mean, yeah, just I guess compromise of, yeah. So we've got more pressure and 2. Fuel flow, EGT.
Onto Bravo west facing north.
So that's the Shanix guy. You can see that his aircraft is a little lifted as well. So yeah, looking good. So we'll be departing before him for sure. Yeah, probably by the time we actually, if the Shanix guys have Maxes, I'm not too sure actually. Yeah, if it's not using an NG, then maybe we'll be about. Yeah, once we actually line up, he'll be probably coming out to taxi behind us. Start a cutout, monitor 1. So yeah, I was saying that, you know, thermodynamically efficient engines run hotter, and therefore it means, yeah, they've got this shaft bones thing. Right, so number 1 is stable, it's very good. So flight control check, full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral and rudder, full left, full right, neutral flight controls checked. Before taxi checklist, generators on, APU off, starts continuous, propede on, isolation correction, anti-ice off, icon. Packs auto bleeds on, isolation valve auto, flaps 5 required, 5 selected and the green light. Stab trim 6.4 units. Required 6.4 set. Slightly facade rotated, flight controls checked, recall check before taxi checklist complete. So let's go to here, look at our chart for the taxi. SAS traffic Ryanair 98 Quebec X-ray taxi 100 runway 22 via Juliet Charlie Hotel 00100 points, runway 22, starts traffic. So a very short taxi today, it's literally just right there, yeah, so let's go. So config is checked. So the crew would have been advised of the very short taxi, the cabin crew. So Charlie on our right, and then a very short section of hotel. Okay, so actually I think, yeah, you have to arm the doors manually in this thing, which we'll do. Let's see if we can do it now. So arm all doors please. So there's Sierra 3, past that Sierra 1. We haven't received our cabin ready signal, which this thing comes in the form of a little ding-dong. So can't actually go yet. Yeah. Can't actually do anything yet. The cabin's getting ready for departure. Stats traffic, Ryanair 98 Quebec X-ray. Be advised we'll be holding here at Sierra 1 for just about a minute also to let the cabin get ready. So any reviews, change to departure briefing, non-standard left seat takeoff, any DP1, 4,000 stop altitude, Snapbo 1, Roma departure, runway 22 full length, climbing out to 3.0, and then correction 8.0, right turn, Sept radio 169, bound to Barkway, and then the rest is standard stuff, yeah. 220 once we cleared restriction. So set to park and brake here. 3 minutes is up, and hopefully the cabin signal will be coming shortly. If not, I'm just going to go. If it's, yeah, we're going to wait till 05 and still no cabin signal, we'll go. Yeah, we'll keep it on 10 years, seems reasonable. And of course, reduce engine display, that's what we should have done. And lights off, so yeah. Very nice morning here, and I did tell him that I was going to be waiting, so yeah, he can go take Sierra 1 if he wants to. So nice morning here, yeah, a couple Ryanairs. We've got one there, we've got a Jet 2 coming out. Good. So he's lining up for departure, I would presume. The Shanix guy can actually go first. We're not quite ready for departure yet. No problems, and enjoy your flight. Okay, still no signal. Yeah, it's we're just gonna pretend we've got a ready signal. So, all right. Before takeoff checklist, down to the line. Config checked, flaps 5 green light, snap trim 6.4 units set, takeoff briefing reviewed, cabin skill before takeoff checklist completed, down to the line. Let's say we're told to line up behind departing Shanix. Starts traffic, Ryanair 98 Quebec X-ray, line up behind departing Shanix runway 22, starts traffic. So brakes released, and off we go to line up. So before takeoff checklist, below the line MCPs, no, not MCPs, not set. MCP set, transponder TRA, landing lights on, strobe lights on, before takeoff checklist complete. Okay, and once he lifts off, we are going to go. Yeah. But we get to do a nice little lineup here because he's not quite ready yet. I mean, we're not quite ready yet because he's not airborne. So do a nice tight lineup here. Okay.
On runway 22.
Okay, we shot a little bit, that's fine. And he's airborne, so let's go. Starts traffic, Ryanair 98 Quebec X-ray, takeoff runway 22, runway runway departure, Stansted. So stabilised and takeoff. Set takeoff thrust. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. H knots checked.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. LNAV. So before lower the nose and then we'll bug up. So flaps 1. And flaps up. Let's go command. Command A, speed. And continue climbing, let's say air traffic control's given us climb to initially flight level 80. Level 80 set, the right hand turn now. And so start standard. Standard set passing flight level 4, correction 35. Now it's checked. So match heading for the right hand turn here. And after takeoff checklist. So after takeoff checklist, we've got air control press. Cabin is climbing diff 1.5 and set. Engine start switches are off and landing gear up, auto brake off, flaps up, no lights, and door temperatures standard set. Takeoff checklist complete. flight deck. So currently you can see we're descending past just about to pass flight level 103, and yeah, we're currently on the arrival to Marseille Provence. So we're about to actually start the approach, because this is the approach is pretty long. It starts from Brixie, which is the initial approach fix, which you've already passed there. Currently waypoints Alpha Victor November. We've got to be flight level 80 and above, so continue on descent now. So down to let's say given 4,000 feet by the controller. So let's set the QNH once, twice, three times. QNH 1016. Set. Checked. And green ice restricting. 4,000 feet, just about there. So yeah, probably just fine. Looks like we need some drag, so we'll take out some speed brake. The altitude flight level 80 restriction there. There's a bit of a steep descent that we have to make there. Level 70 and above for this guy. Although I just realised, yeah, we could have been a bit lower than that. Yeah, it's the VNAV. Yeah, I don't think it's been perfectly worked on, but it's fine. Yeah, it's not a problem. So we're coming for the Alice runway 13 approach. 13 left Alice Zulu approach is Zebra. Zebra rather. And it's going to be course 132, frequency 1103. Which has been set over here, and we have 1088 tuned for the Marseille Provence UR and the Montage 1173 over there. It's category Delta aircraft 238. Put in there, this approach, approach head 2,000 feet, turn right, 114, 510, the ILS Mag Lima, max 25 knots and full already 197, Marseille Provence towards Lipsy, climb to 4,000 feet, to 2,000 prior to level acceleration. Yep. So 4,000 feet, so Mr. Approach altitude, yeah. Just as fine. So let's do the approach checklist, approach altitude instruments. Set a cross-check to pass the flight level 7 to correction 7,200 feet. Now it's checked, set cross-checked. Approach 8, got smart Lima detected 132, check and set. Approach check is complete. So flap 30 landing on break 2 today to vacate at Delta 6. Correction. Correct Delta 6, and then left turn to Charlie, and then Golf 3. Charlie 4, then Golf 2, and then to our parking stand. So it's quite interesting because of the taxiway closures there. In real life it's quite interesting, so we'll take it slow. So just basically coming this way to stand 4 in Charlie, sub-maneuvering stand, would be quite interesting. And so that's Marseille Provence, the airport at least. Just to our left side over there. How's the speed coming along? I'd say maybe we need a bit of speed brake, so let's take out some speed brake. Don't want to be fast on this approach. Train display can come on your side now. And looks like the aircraft's trying to slow down for Zebra. There. Marseille traffic, Ryanair 98, Quebec X-ray, approaching waypoint Zebra for the LS approach, runway 13 left, Marseille traffic. Let's go flaps 1, open speed window, see speed checked. So that's the glide slope there, it's fine, that's already below. It's nice to see that we're just nice there, and let's say the approach control light should have come on level 100 there, that's my bad. And we did do our 10 checks, but 10 checks, fuel pumps for balanced, lights, APU, fasten belts, air compress, recall, bank at 25 degrees checked, right slope, lap 5. Slow the speed brake, bring the speed down to the flat 5 speed, and match heading 132. Mr. Bridge altitude 4,000 feet set. Right, and we should be bleeding off speed nicely. Yeah, fully VMC today, so 4 miles, gear down flat 15, that's what we're going to do. So let's get the crew seated. So speed is actually running a little away. For that reason we go flat 10, increase the drag a little. Monitor the speed there, probably some updrafts here coming up here, so let's watch carefully for the speed. Right, looks fine so far. So that's the airport there, straight ahead, yeah. Let's get these guys stowed, maybe. So that's our cabin secure signal. That's pretty late, but yeah. Bit of turbulence here, approach.
20.
Turbulence, bit of turbulence, so we're going to have to do some work later once we disconnect the autopilot. That's just fine. Alright, looking good. Aircraft's trimming quite a bit, I've got to say, trim quite a bit. So yeah, coming just about to the flap 10 speed, which is the same as the flap 5 speed, yeah, day 4 miles, so I think that's pretty decent. Yeah, luckily we took flap 10 out, yeah, didn't because we need some speed brake, yeah. Marseille traffic, Ryanair 98, Quebec X-ray, 5 mile final runway, 13 left, Marseille traffic. The landing checklist here is a little long, so yeah, I've got to be careful. 4 miles, gear down, flat 50, manage speed, start switches, speed brake, and flat 30. Airflow supply 149. Landing checklist, start switches, continuous, recall, checked, auto brake, correction, speed brake, arm green light, landing gear down, 3 green, auto brake, 2 flaps. Got 30 and 30 green light. Landing lights on, landing checklist complete.
1, 3, left.
Check and say clear to land. Let's go ahead and disconnect. Fly the aircraft down. So autopilot off, auto throttle off as well. Don't think there were any changes to the, not major changes to flight dynamics, so I'm expecting the aircraft to handle similarly to what we're used to.
Approaching minimums.
Checked. Yeah, interesting, I'm not too sure whether the MAX is used in plus 100 call.
Minimums.
Continue. The NGs, it's plus 100.
50. 40, 30, 20, 10.
So speed brake up, reverse normal. Won't use too much reverse here today. No need for that. So 100 knots. 6. That's checked. So I don't have time there. Marseille traffic, Ryanair 98 Quebec X-ray, vacated runway 13 left, taxi Delta 6 Charlie Golf 2 Delta 4, correction, Golf 3 Charlie 4 Golf 2, and then to parking stand for Charlie Marseille traffic. Right, let's get the aircraft over here and do the up-to-land procedure. Set the trip to 4 units. Okay, lights. Weather radar. And the transponder. Right, Charlie 6, continuing on. Yeah, got to be careful here because it is quite complicated stuff. So Charlie 6 and then continue Golf 3. So just continue here so far. No need to add any thrust, tight turns in this apron here, yeah. So this scenery is by a beautiful model of the world, which I think makes really nice sceneries, yeah. Yeah, really, really nice. Okay, back to 3-1 for you. And 100. So, should we do single engine taxi? No, we won't. There's some tight turns in April, don't really want to risk it. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What do we do here? I believe we turn left here. Yes. Yeah, that's Golf 3, yeah, so we turn left. Then we turn right. So this is the part, yeah, it's quite interesting. So reset the mids as well. Right into Golf 2. There are no taxiway signs, so, well, it's interesting. So 10 knots over there, then we go in there to Terminal 2 Marseille. Right, actually, you know what? We will do single engine taxi, yeah. So, shutdown number 2. This guy should be down here. Shutdown number 2. And start the APU. Okay, gotta be careful now. So that's our stand. Now, unfortunately, there is a vehicle blocking it. That is Void Charlie, but there's nothing much you can really do about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in there. Yeah, it does, and nicely works out that our outboard engine is with there as well. So yeah. Right, 48 Charlie. Let's go. Let's see how this goes. To stand markings. What? Okay, it's here, isn't it? Alright, parking brake set, 2 blue, one red engine's dead.
Flight attendants, disarm and cross-check cabin doors.
Indeed, that's right. So engine's spooling down. Should have come off. Alright, below 20%, anti-collision light off. Shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. We'll do the transient shutdown checklist. So, transient shutdown checklist, electrical, we're on the APU, fasten belts off, propheat, auto. Is that auto off actually? Let me just see. It is auto, yeah. Auto. Anti-ice off, voice recorder on. No. There you go, voice recorder on. Aircon packs, auto. Engine bleeds on, APU bleeds off, exterior lights. We have strobe, yeah, correction, just navigation light steady. Start switches off, auto brake off, speed brake, down detent, flaps, up no lights, parking brake set, start levers cut off, weather radar off, transponder 2000 and standby. CPR CB in and cockpit door unlocked. Should do so now. So there you go. Shutdown checklist. Transient shutdown checklist complete. Alright. So very nice over here. Safely underground in Marseille. We arrived at time 4:04, so that's actually quite a bit early, yeah. You know, they played a little jingle. Yeah. Fortunately they changed it from the iconic one, but it's still, yeah, pretty nice. So let's go ahead and extend the air stairs. Get the cargo doors open. And yeah, you'll have stuff like the aft stairs, the cargo, and the fuel truck. That would be reasonable. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Let's get the cockpit door unlocked. And actually, I think Ryanair keeps the hydraulic pumps on the transient flow to check for leaks and stuff. Yeah, I think that's what they do. And let's get the ground power. We'll keep it here for now. Yeah, keep it on AP gen. So we actually overshot the parking by quite a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, not too bad, I guess. Yeah. Still, well, the aircraft's still just within the the apron area. Yeah. So let's open the this door over here. Left aft entry. There you go. Yeah. Looking pretty nice here on the ground in Marseille. Parking wasn't the best, should have turned a bit later, but I was a little confused because I couldn't see the markings. Yeah, I should have just, should have turned later, but otherwise, yeah, I think overall pretty nice and enjoyable sector today. Very nice scenery here that we have, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. Very nice here to be flying the MAX 8200. I'd say it's a pretty decent update, yeah. The main complaints are that performance seems to have gotten worse. I'm not too sure. Yeah, performance seems to have gotten worse because they added all that stuff, which honestly I really don't care for, like the covers, the APU, whatever, the radome. I really don't care for any of that. Yeah, I only care about the aircraft systems. The LNAV has gotten some improvements in VNAV. I think it's still a little wonky, but yeah. It is what it is, I guess, yeah. So overall, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.